Is Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre losing his grip on his party? The man who appeared destined to be Canada's next prime minister just 1 year ago seems to be struggling. So let's dive right into this with our City Talks panel. Celina Caesar-Chavannes, Laryssa Waler, and Marion Nader. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Laryssa, I'm going to start right with you. You have deep roots in the Conservative Party, so I'm going to put you on the spot. What is going on? He's lost 2 MPs crossing the floor. A third is leaving politics altogether. Is he in trouble?
So I don't think he's in trouble. We have the leadership review coming up in January, and he's going to be fine for the leadership review.
But will he be fine beyond that? Especially if he loses more MPs. The Liberals are hinting more, are talking to them. He's not ruling out that he might lose more.
Yeah, I think what Conservatives are really good at is banding together when times are tough, and we've been through tough times.
Okay, but come on. They are known for just stabbing their leaders in the back and tossing them out. Come on.
You know what?
Andrew Scheer, for one. Aaron O'Toole.
You know, Andrew Scheer, who is now the government House Leader, honestly.
Aaron O'Toole, who's
we are
hinterlands.
No, we are very good at banding together when times are tough, and it's disingenuous to say right now times aren't tough.
Okay, how tough are times for Pierre Poilievre then?
I think they're not as tough as the Liberals or as the media would want them to think they are. There's going to be a leadership review. He's going to be okay in the leadership review, and we will carry on, right? At the same time, you have Liberals retiring. You have, the Prime Minister lost his Environment Minister from Cabinet. Those are also big seismic changes, right?
All right, ladies, I'm going to let you jump in. Okay, there's an Abacus poll that came out late last week suggesting that he is in trouble within Conservative voters. He has 58% support, which is not bad, but it was 68% in August. Marion.
So I think it's interesting because it shows, one, that Poilievre and his team didn't learn any lessons from the last election, where they lost the election, he lost his seat, and now he's lost MPPs. So he hasn't done any reckoning to change that. And as much as I appreciate, Laryssa's doing the best that she can, but this is really tough, and he's definitely wounded. In terms of who's prime minister, there's a huge gap between him and Carney. In terms of the parties, yes, Conservatives and Liberals are close.
But that doesn't mean seat distribution.
No, and exactly, that's the point. We still have 2 weeks left till the end of the year. I think there might be another floor crossing. But the thing is, and that's an eternity in politics, there is an opportunity for him to change the channel, but will
100%.
he? It doesn't seem like he will.
Yeah, he does have an opportunity to change the channel, and I think the challenge for him right now is that he's so deep into his sort of fighting rhetoric. What we're seeing with people crossing the floor is that they want sort of not to be fighting. They want that stability, and I think that's what all Canadians want. And if he's able to now say, I'm not going to fight the government, but change the tune and say, here's the gaps in your policy, here's where Canadians are really going to suffer, here's the risks that I see in your policy, and really actually be an official opposition that challenges instead of fights.
He was very effective as opposition to Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
I would say he helped bring Justin Trudeau down.
100%.
Is he effective at fighting Mark Carney, Laryssa?
It's interesting because we're at about almost that year mark. Yesterday was the year when Chrystia Freeland resigned.
Oh, yes.
And we were, as a party, so fixated on bringing down Justin Trudeau. Maybe we should have thought, who's next?
Right.
And that guy might, or that woman, turned out to be a guy, is a different foe and a different opponent. And I think it is fair to say the way that you're going to take on Justin Trudeau is not the way you take on Mark Carney.
Absolutely not.
He's more conservative leaning. In fact, he's being called a conservative at heart.
He also wrote the book Values, so I don't know. I don't know quite what's in his heart. But he does have experience working with conservative prime ministers, right? We can't pretend he wasn't an advisor to a conservative prime minister. He was. So I think we have time to retool our message. I think Pierre Poilievre, I do think, actually has done a really good job of putting Canada's interests first, especially when we talk about interacting with Trump or our trade dispute. I think Pierre has done a very good job of having a Canada first message.
And he revitalized the party. Let's face
Absolutely.
it, he brought it together. He gave them the raison d'etre, right? But let's talk about a what-if game now. And Laryssa, you're not going to like this. But what if he does not survive? I think everybody agrees he'll survive the leadership. But beyond that, what if there are more floor crossing and he has to make an exit? Who's putting their hands up? Who do you hear that might be running? Any of you can jump in here.
I'd like to see her.
Giovanni, I think, is
please.
putting out some feelers. It's really tough because, yes, Poilievre did take, to the party to a place that no other conservative leader has. But how he did it and the people that he brought in is the questionable part. But I don't think there are people right now. I think there's a lot of wait and see.
Wait and see. And probably a little concerned because they don't want to get their heads chopped off if Poilievre is going to stick around. Laryssa, and then Celina, sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, I don't think there's enough money in the world for me to answer that question outright. No, but I mean that facetiously, but also nobody's head is there. Right? Nobody is thinking,
okay,
I'm
who's
next.
waiting in the wings?
Doug Ford.
Doug Ford.
Oh, they're
I would put Doug
Here
Ford.
we go.
Nobody's saying it.
Yeah.
I would say Doug Ford. And I'd say it because, Doug has really shown up for Ontario, whether you like him or not.
Captain
he happens
Canada.
to be that Captain Canada. Will he have a problem going forward in terms of capturing the rest of the country as well as he has Ontario and this particular geographic area? Sure. But right now, I think if there's someone that will say, let's go toe-to-toe with Trump, let's go partner with Carney, you have someone who is like a debutante waiting for their grand entrance at the ball, and he happens to be named Doug Ford.
Wouldn't it be ironic because he's called a liberal at heart with his spending and Carney's called a conservative at heart.
And they're
but
matched, but
that
they
being
didn't
said,
have it.
Laryssa's just like, I gotta say, you used to work in comms with Doug Ford in his early years at Queen's Park. What say you? Because he has mused about it. He has teased the media with this.
I will say what I said in the green room, that if there is a politician in the country who doesn't speak a lick of French that I think could do it, I think Doug Ford could do it. I think he's got the right attitude. I don't think it's his priority right now. I think he is laser focused on
That's a
Ontario.
very careful answer, but yes.
The right now really
right now. Let's add the caveat, yes.
Yeah. No, I don't think the federal conservatives are on the hunt for a new leader. I sincerely haven't heard the whispers that you normally would hear if there are. I haven't been approached by camps. And all those things sort of happen when there are people in the wings, and that is not happening, right? There's the leadership review in January. It's a delegated leadership review, meaning he's going to be okay. And Doug Ford has a really big job that he's spending all his time doing right now, and I just don't think it's on anybody's actual radar.
I'm going to end the conversation on a note. When I was covering Rob Ford at City Hall and his brother Doug was the city councillor, they joked about it then that they were going to take on Ottawa. So we'll see. We'll see. One thing I did learn covering the Fords is you never count out a Ford for anything because they are unpredictable and you just never know. Thank you so very much for our last political panel right here for this Wednesday before the holidays. And it's been great. We'll see you again.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.